Hey guys, Ben here and welcome back to another video on the CW. Today we got some more news actually. This came out after yesterday's video. So we're going to break it down and talk about what this means for the future of the network. So if you do go on to enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like and a comment and subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future DCTV videos later this year. I want to remind you guys that we're doing a giveaway. If you buy a piece of merch from my merch store, which is the top link in the description below, you'll be supporting the channel, but also you'll be automatically entered into a giveaway that we're doing, which is going to end on August 28th. One lucky winner is going to get The Flash Season 9, aka the final season, on DVD or Blu-ray, and that's going to be sent to one winner. And if you buy more than one piece of merch, of course your name is going to be entered into the competition multiple times, so you have a better possibility of winning. But for now, let's go ahead and get into today's main topic. So I know we've talked about the CW a lot in the last week or so, but there have been multiple interviews and multiple bits and pieces of information that are of great importance to the Arrowverse, and we got a couple of articles today. Some of them have different pieces of information that I want to break down, but the first one is from Deadline, and I think this is the main source, so go read this article after we have finished breaking it down. The title is "Strike Impact on the CW, quote, won't hurt our forward progress, says Nexstar CEO Perry Sook." And he also says, "We kind of like our chances in this chaotic environment." So let's break it down. So this is coming from the new CEO of the CW. Obviously he is CEO of parent company Nexstar, so he's different from the guy that was talking about the last couple of days, because that was the head of entertainment of the CW, that being Brad Schwartz. So the CW had to delay 4 scripted shows produced by minority stakeholders, Warner Bros. Discovery and Paramount, due to the writers and actors strike, but it does not expect any further impact from the labor impasse. Okay, so basically that is confirmation that the shows are going to be delayed. Obviously those 4 scripted shows include Superman, Lois, All American, the All American spin-off, and one more show. We've all expected them to be delayed because of the strikes, and it's just pretty much impossible to get Superman Lois Season 4 started. So this isn't huge news. The thing that's more of interest to me here is the comments of the CEO of Nexstar and the way he talks about the CW. So let's continue with this. So he addressed the strike and other topics during an hour-long quarterly earnings call with Wall Street analysts. So basically they're talking money, they're talking numbers, and what they expect for the next quarter after this and the next quarter after that. And so the CEO of Nexstar said the further the strike goes, they get pushed further and further into 2024. Sook conceded about the 4 scripted shows initially slated for 2023 to 2024, and yet slots given to acquired titles that were produced pre-strikes will give the CW, quote, the most scripted as a percentage of our schedule of any of the big 5 broadcast networks going into the fall. He says, we also have some more high profile and noisy reality shows which will bring attention to the network as well, so we kind of like our chances in this chaotic environment where others are afraid. We tend to take some big swings. So obviously this is talking about Nexstar and their approach in the past and how they're going to take it into the next year of programming. Obviously he thinks they're some sort of advantage because they are acquiring different programs from different countries like Canada, like places in Europe, Australia, things like that, and they've got sports content. So they are basically trying to build a network to be something very different. There's actually some interesting comments later as to what they're trying to mold it to look like. And he compares the CW to like the big 5 broadcast networks. That means like ABC, NBC, all of those in American TV programming. He says that they're in the best situation, but I think that's only because they've got a lot of content, because they have gone out and acquired content that is scripted, that has been previously released before. But like we said recently with those shows that got instantly cancelled on the CW after 2 episodes, those shows aren't going to hold viewers. Like, it's totally different from CBS or NBC or ABC releasing, you know, a new show that is week to week. Obviously, people are going to come back to that. People come back for Superman Lois. People come back for All American, but they're not going to come back for some random Zac Efron show that was on Netflix and still available. And so I think his comments are kind of skewing the narrative. Like, he's trying to shape the narrative that, oh, we're doing so well, like the CW is looking great, it doesn't matter that our 4 scripted shows are not going to come out in the fall and that they're going to come out probably sometime later in 2024. It's fine because we got those acquired titles, we've got some high profile and noisy reality shows, that being like F-Boy Island. I know that's one that they're trying to really promote, but I think they are overestimating just how noisy those shows are going to be, and I don't think they're going to get much attention as compared to those big 5 broadcast networks, because people traditionally come to the CW for genre shows and they're not going to get those superhero genre shows like Riverdale or Superman, Lois, or The Flash, like not for a while because of these strikes. So obviously they're trying to play it down, say, okay, we're in a good situation to the finance guys at Wall Street, so you know their stock can stay up and everything like that, and try and lead the narrative to say, okay, the CW is fine, we're actually better in this situation than others because we are cancelling all these shows, throwing them away, but we still got like 4 shows left, they're going to come later, but you know, it's no problem that they're delayed. So I really feel like he's just trying to create a new narrative here. And so financially the CW is still in the red due to its previous emphasis on scripted dramas, that's a fact. Though Nexstar has pledged to turn it profitable by 2025. We talked about that many times, I don't want to get into that. But let's continue with this. The CW is starting to resemble Fox, according to the CEO of Nexstar. This comment caught me off guard. Like, I don't know why you would want to resemble Fox. Like, you guys know Fox, they don't have good programming. Like, yeah, there is some good stuff that they've produced in the past. I believe Family Guy was on Fox previously, but the network in general, people don't like it because they aren't run like super well. And obviously, you know, Fox News and everything is very controversial, so that's where I take issue with this comment, because I don't want the CW looking like Fox. Like, I understand the comparison because Fox is heavy on sports. Like, you can see they have their college football that's big in America, they have MLB, they have NFL and everything like that. They have football games, like normal football, not American football. They have news, they have game shows, they have animated shows that are big, like The Simpsons, Family Guy, Bob's Burgers and everything. I think that's actually where they're actually good, like with that animated content. And like, for instance, they've only got 4 dramas that are currently on air, and that mirrors exactly what the CW is doing. So I think they've literally looked at Fox and they're like, okay, we want to become the new Fox. I hope they don't go the Fox News route. That would be absolutely terrible and absolutely tarnish the CW's legacy. But they're looking at, okay, they've got 4 drama shows, they've got 2 comedy shows, they've got a bunch of reality and non-scripted programming like Gordon Ramsay's Hell's Kitchen and stuff like that. You got The Masked Singer. Then we got animation. I don't know if the CW is going to dip their toes in animation properly. They got game shows. Obviously, they're not like super popular. They have award shows, they have sports. Like, this is all the CW has been talking about. So clearly they are looking at Fox, and he's even just said it himself, like, we're increasingly looking like Fox. And he says we have the team to get us where we want to go, and they're basically just copying that network. They go on to say that addressing the strike by writers and actors, the CEO says, we are confident it will not hurt our forward progress at the CW. The majority of our full slate was material already developed and for unscripted. Yeah, I think, you know, overall we all know the way that CW is heading, so it doesn't surprise me that they've got content for all the days that they need. I don't know how good their content is, especially in prime time, so in the evening. I really feel like their viewership numbers are just going to stay very, very low and get even lower, especially as, you know, these shows that are still on the network start to phase out, and they're just going to have acquired shows, they're going to have sports, and they're going to start producing more non-scripted programming and everything like that. And so they go on to say Nexstar acquired a 75% stake of CW last fall, and the CW is in the midst of a major revamp. Out are the pricey young screen dramas on which its brand was built over the previous 15 plus years, so the Arrowverse included. In our value-priced, broader audience shows, with the company predicting the network will achieve profitability by 2025. Again, just re-emphasizing that. I don't think I agree that they are broader audience shows. Yes, they're less unique and they're less, genre related. And yeah, people might scroll to the CW and might click on it and be like, okay, this is interesting. But I disagree that they're broader audience shows, because you're just not going to have any fans at all, and that's what more unique genre shows are going to get you, like the CW previously had. And so now we're going over to a report from Variety. They talk more about the numbers in terms of what's been going on with Nexstar and the CW in this last years, obviously since they've taken over. And it says Nexstar reported its second quarter 2023 earnings Tuesday, revealing the TV station's group giant had turned a profit of $153 million in quarter 2, while its CW broadcast network posted a loss of $78 million for the April to June quarter. For the CW, which was formerly acquired by Nexstar in October 2022 from WB Discovery and Paramount Global, a year-over-year comparison can't be drawn based on the lack of financial results disclosed publicly by its former parent companies, but it's long been known that the old CW was not profitable, and that this $78 million is an improvement over the $83 million loss the CW posted in quarter 1 of this year. So, you know, they are making some money and they're heading towards that profitability. Obviously, that's because they've cancelled shows, they haven't had to produce shows, they haven't had to buy the rights. So I believe that is where that $5 million gap is gone, because, you know, they've just like been very heavy on the cancelling as of recently. And I think I agree, like their numbers are going to get higher and higher because they're just going to be producing nothing. They're going to be buying on the cheap and airing it. I don't know how interested advertisers will be. Obviously they'll get interest in the sports and different things like that, but in terms of like the normal primetime shows, I really don't know. And so Nexstar's CFO Leanne expanded on the CW's performance during the earnings call Tuesday morning. I think that was the same call. So stating that the CW generated $75 million in revenue in quarter 2, and with some favorable adjustments accounting for a $3 million one-time expense attributed mostly to restructuring charges, and they only took a loss of $74 million in that quarter. So that narrowing loss is an indicator of where Nexstar, which also owns News Nation and The Hill, is at in its journey to reach profitability at the CW in 2025. On that front, the company is taking a Moneyball, that is the film and the book, I'm sure some of you guys have read about it or you've seen the film, inspired approach to content spend at the CW, says Perry Sook, the Nexstar CEO who we were just previously talking about. So network has stacked its full 2023 lineup, a schedule set amid the early days of the ongoing writers' strike in May and somewhat tweaked as the Actors Guild joined that picket lines in July with acquired dramas, comedies, new and acquired reality content, and a whole load of sports. There is a whole load more in this Variety article in terms of numbers if you guys are really interested in looking as to what the CW has been doing and the changes behind the scenes. I think it's really interesting, and obviously that's why I'm updating you guys. So for now, that pretty much does it for this video. Obviously we're going to keep you updated to do with the CW and the way that they're going. Obviously I've been very open as to my apprehension about the way that it's heading, and that's only because I love the network and I have loved it for a long time because of the Arrowverse shows and the other shows that they created. I really like the way that it used to be, but I hate the direction that they're going in, and honestly I hope it doesn't work out. And I know that is very, very bad to say because I do love the network, but really they've cancelled these shows and they don't value anything. They don't value the fans, so I think they're going to get what they deserve eventually, although things are probably going to become more profitable for them, and that's just the way that it is. But for now, if you did enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like and a comment. It will really help this video out. Also, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos. And for now, you can click on the top right corner of the screen to watch my latest video, and I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.
I see red.